Estoy Elizalde. I am a student of Universidad Pedagógica Nacional, and right now I'm going to talk a little bit about three topics. The first topic is about my past and about my present. I want to tell you a little bit that when I was 16 years old, I wanted to be a soccer player, but I couldn't be because I didn't have money. However, I consider that if I had played soccer, I would have been a soccer player. I remember that I was in a soccer academy. The soccer academy was called Arnold Iguarat, and I think that if I had continued on the soccer academy, I could I could have been a soccer player. However, as I told you, it was a little bit complicated for me. I didn't have money. That's one part of my past. Another part of my past is about my English level. I remember that when I was 16 years old, I wanted to study English and I wanted to go to the USA to study English, but I couldn't go because I didn't have money. However, I consider that if I had gone to the USA, I could have had a better English level, and I consider that if I had studied in American school English, I would have had a better English level too. Yes, I consider that if I had studied in American school way, I would have had a better English level right now. Another part, I want to talk a little bit about what would I do if I had the opportunity uh, to to put a project for students. If I had the opportunity to put a project, I would try to pay the education of all the children, because I think that that's one problem that is very important. Here, the education is not public. Here, the education is private. So that's a little bit complicated for all of us. Also, if I if I could implement in any project, I think that would I would I would try that every boy, every child had a break and a food on their high school. However, I think that is very complicated. And if I had the opportunity to implement an English project, I am sure that I would try that the students speak more, and that the students learn grammar and learn to speak and to listen, and not to grammar. And yeah, that's one part of this presentation. The other part of the presentation is about Rebecca, about one interview that I watched on YouTube. The interview was for Rebecca Amber. Rebecca Amber is a Spanish teacher in the USA. She has lived in the USA and she has lived on Peru. However, there were some questions for her and she answered very well. So I remember that she said that she had wanted to be a teacher since she was a girl. She said that she had wanted to be a teacher since she was as 10 years old, 10 or 11 years old. That's one part. The other part is that she said that she had gone to university in 1984 and in 1990, and also she said that she had met her husband in the college, and she said that her husband had been a basketball player and that she had been a student. Another way, she said that, for example, she had been teaching in Peru, and that she had worked with the government, and that but in Peru, because on the USA, she said that she had been on the USA. She said that she was a teacher, but that she worked on with private school, because over there the education is private. After that, she started to speak a little bit about the cultures. So she said that it was very different. For example, she said that in South America there were 43 students in a classroom, and the USA there were just 20 students of the classroom, and that's an important thing I consider. Also, she spoke a little bit about the transportation. She said that, for example, the transportation was very different between USA and Peru. So I remember that she said that in the transportation in Peru was with public transportation. People didn't have car, but that in the USA people had care. So she said that in the USA people have care and that they could transport on their care. Uh, and I think that one more part of this is that okay, finally she said she spoke a little bit about Mr. Fisher. She said that she had met Mr. Fisher in Michigan. Michigan is a city from the USA, and is in that city. And she said that she was living on that city. Okay, and yes, I think that this is all for today. This is all a little bit. This was a short presentation about um, three topics that I had to talk about, and it was nice to talk to you. And thank you very much.